Hi guys! Alright, for this last example, I am going to try and find a sequence of transformations that will map JHK onto ZWO. So I think you guys probably know by now there's a lot of different options for this, but I'm just going to show you some of the first ones that I would see if I were doing this. Okay, so first thing I want to check is, does JHK have the same orientation as ZWO? Because then I'll know whether or not I need a reflection as part of my sequence of transformations. So if I look at JHK and I go around the figure, notice I did it without even thinking. I started at J and then I went around the figure clockwise and my order of points was JHK. So if I look at the corresponding point to J in this image, I have J is kind of at the what looks like a right angle. So if I look over here, I think the corresponding point is Z. Okay, and then so I'm going to start at Z and I'm going to go around the figure clockwise again. Okay, so I'm going to go Z O W. So it looks like I do have a different orientation, because if it was the same orientation, I would go ZWO. Okay, so I know I'm going to need a reflection. Okay, so let's kind of just play around with this. I'm going to reflect JHK over the y-axis. Let's see what that gets me. Okay, so now I have something that looks like it's in the same orientation. Okay, kind of the same position. So I'm going to try and translate this just down 3 units. So I'm going to need my vector just because of GeoGebra. Oh, just kidding. That didn't work. I need to create my vector, and then I can do that. So here's my vector, right, just going down 3 units. Go back to translate, and there we go. Okay, so I have successfully mapped JHK onto ZWO. Awesome. So one possible sequence of transformations is to reflect JHK over the y-axis and then translate it down 3 units. That works. That is totally a possibility. So let me undo all these transformations and let's try a different one. Let's see what we could come up with. So we know we're going to need a reflection, but let me try not reflecting it right away. I'm going to go ahead and translate it down 3 units first. Got to get my vector. So I'm going to make a vector that goes down 3 units. Okay. I'm going to translate JHK by that vector. Alright, looks pretty similar to what I had before, just I did the translation part first. So let's finish it off. I'm going to reflect J prime K H prime K prime over the y-axis, and it ends up right on top of ZWO. Good. So we could just do the same transformation that we had before, but in a slightly different order. Okay, I'm going to try and do one that's maybe not super obvious. Okay, I'm going to translate this 2 units to the left and 3 units down. So I'm going to create my vector. Goes from here, 2 units to the left and 3 units down. Okay. Now I will translate JHK by that vector. So I'm going to end up right here. Okay. And now I know that I need a reflection. So let me try reflecting over, actually I think I need to create the line first, because I want to reflect it over the line x equals -1. So I'm going to create a line x equals -1. Okay, and then I'm going to reflect JHK over, that didn't work, because I need to reflect j prime h prime k prime over the line at x equals -1. And that worked. Okay, so those are just 3 options. Really, 2 of them were pretty much the same option, just in a different order. But there's a lot of different options that we could use to translate or to transform JHK that would still get it on top of ZWO.